There you go.
All right. Hi, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning to each and every one of you, to all our power leaders from Nigeria. Before anything else, of course, I'd like to greet each and every one of you a happy 22. And it's now February. We're down to 11 months of 2022. And again, we have some exciting updates and exciting news for each and every one of you. I'm looking at some people from our branches there, from our RCs there in Nigeria, people from Abuja. All right. I'm actually looking at some people in our RC in Abuja. Uh, AIM Global Wari RC. Hi, everyone. Wari from our branch in Wari. Also, I'm looking into some people from AIM Global Uyo. All right. Uyo RC. Those gentlemen over there. Okay. Hi, everyone. And to all our distributors from Onitsha. All right. Onitsha RC. Hello, each and every one of you. And of course, our wonderful leaders. I will never be able to mention each and every one of you already. Legos, AIM Global Legos RC. Well, I'm just looking at how many people are there. Probably a couple of gentlemen over there. Or, three of you probably. Okay, hi everyone. Hi. And to all our branch heads, RC heads, all our staff, and of course, all our dear leaders in Nigeria, and not only Nigeria. I'm looking at people from different parts of Africa. There are people are saying they're from Sierra Leone, I believe. All right. I also see some people from a lot of countries there in West Africa. Hello, each and every one of you. And it's good that you're joining this very important update, this very important meeting, because we're about to launch a new platform, a new program. This is actually a plan within a plan that we will be launching there in Nigeria officially come February 8th. That's why it's very important that the top uplines are here, because we are expecting you guys that what you'll be able to hear from this training, from this meeting, you'll be able to also pass this on to your downlines, your leaders, because of course, as uplines, it's one of your responsibilities to really inform and educate your team as far as the updates from the company, as far as the vision and direction we are going to. And of course, this expectation is a lot coming from your downline. So I hope that you'll be able to internalize what I will be sharing with you tonight, because this will actually set, ladies and gentlemen, our direction for this year and the coming years. All right, this is very important because we are an innovative company. We always think of some things to innovate and to adapt to the changing business environment all over the world. And of course, our motivation is, of course, to give our distributors more income and to serve you better and come up with better infrastructure, come up with a better marketing plan, compensation plan, so that you'll become more successful here, and at the same time make the business long term, not only there in Nigeria but in our operations all over the world. So I'm very excited to share with you what's happening or what's going to happen there in Nigeria. And if you can inform your downlines that we are starting the meeting, so that they will hear firsthand, because the energy of being able to hear firsthand this information is different from you guys telling this to your downlines, because that's going to be what I call second-hand information already. There's nothing wrong with, having a second chance or second-hand information, but the level of information, the level of energy, the level of excitement, of course, the level of discussion is way, way different when you're able to hear this yourself or first-hand information. So again, ladies and gentlemen, we are launching this very wonderful plan, this very wonderful program come February 8th. And in the next coming minutes, the next few minutes, I'll be discussing with you, number one, where we came from. What's the origin of this Ed Plan 3.0? Why did we come up with this plan? Number two, what's our direction, and how can you take advantage of this wonderful program? All right. So Again, ladies and gentlemen, our topic for tonight is about the duplication system of EdPlan 3.0. Okay, and I'll be discussing briefly about how we came up, how Dr. Ed, how the rest of the board of directors were able to come up with this plan, or were able to come up with this innovation. All right, so let me start by sharing with you some slides, ladies and gentlemen. The thing is, we have to be prepared for the next digital or the next wave of digital transformation. Over the last 2 years, nearly 3 years now, the whole world was gripped by this pandemic, by this COVID-19. But, one thing that this COVID-19 did is that it has accelerated a lot of things. It has accelerated the advancement of technology. It has accelerated the way we do business, meaning, the way we do business now could have happened about 5 to 10 years from now. The way we maximize, different platforms like Zoom, like other meetings and everything, online meetings, we could have adopted to this 5 to 10 years from now. But since pandemic came, it accelerated everything. We learned how to, do everything via online, working from home, being able to maximize all these digital platforms so that we can have a continuity in terms of our livelihood, whether you're a full-time job worker, 8 to 5 worker, or you're an entrepreneur or business people. This pandemic has able, ladies and gentlemen, for us to be able to adapt to this, changing environment. So the next wave of digital transformation, mainly, ladies and gentlemen, of course, will come from what is happening in terms of technologies, in terms of these platforms that are available to us. So, ladies and gentlemen, why do we say that the pandemic is a great accelerator? Simply because it has transformed the way we live. It has transformed the way we do business, the way we interact, the way we deal with a lot of things. So here are some data, ladies and gentlemen, that we can show you how our lives have been transformed by this pandemic, so that you will know where did we come, or where is the principle of 3.0, EdPlan 3.0 came from. You have to understand that, of course, EdPlan 3.0 is a better version coming from the EdPlan 2.0. It just means that it's a notch higher. All right, this is way better, way easier, more more rewarding, and the compensation, of course, is better compared to the EdPlan 2.0. But the thing is, how are you going to maximize this new program? This is what we call the new plan, or it is a plan within a plan. It is a program within a program, and we want you to know, where did this originate? Where did this idea come from? And if we study what has happened over the last 2.5 years, there's a great transformation of what is happening in terms of how we conduct our business, not only network marketing, but in the whole industry. Whether what kind of field you are in, all our lives have changed because of this transformation, because of this pandemic, because of this acceleration. Pre-pandemic, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people, an average people spends about 12 hours per day. They spend that time online, whether it's watching YouTube, watching Netflix, or browsing in Facebook or other platforms. But during the pandemic times, guess what? It increased to 18 hours per day. So from 12 hours a day, an average guy spent 18 hours per day during the pandemic. So there was an increase in the consumption, particularly, ladies and gentlemen, number one, in terms of our work. There was a rise of unemployment, but at the same time, there was also a rise of what we call remote working. 20 times increase in Zoom daily participants since the start of pandemic. This is the statistics, this is the data. The data is showing us that this is the behavior a lot of people, a lot of businesses all over the world. Of course, there was a retrenchment. People got fired from their jobs. But at the same time, there were people who were able to adapt to this kind of, new environment brought by this pandemic. there was a 20 times increase in Zoom daily meetings since the start of pandemic. So those are the things that have changed, all right, for the last few years since the start of the pandemic. The way people were learning, there was an increase in remote learning. Like, of course, all over the world, there was no, what do you call this? Physical way of learning, like going to the brick and mortar, going to the school and learning from the professor, from the teacher and everything. Everything because of some restrictions, because of quarantine, because of this, some kind of lockdown. All right. A lot of people have learned, or in terms of learning, they maximized what we call remote learning. In fact, we are all part of this, especially those, participants of the R2S programs here. You know for a fact that even if you are not attending trainings like the olden days, going to the RCs, physically attending the trainers, this time we've launched some kind of platforms where we can continuously train our distributors all over the world. And partly, this is the R2S program where we have, a schedule of trainers from here in the Philippines giving out trainings there. And this is what we call remote learning. We don't necessarily need to go there physically, or you don't necessarily need to go to our RCs or seminar halls. But at the same time, at the convenience of your home, at the comfort of your home, through your laptop, through your gadgets, you can actually learn. And statistics show that corporate e-learning market value before the pandemic, it was only about $14.2 billion. But during the pandemic and beyond, they are still anticipating until 2026, there's going to be about 50 billion, all right, dollars in terms of e-learning market value. Even my children, they are my eldest. She actually graduated last year, and she graduated from college. Her last year in college was actually spent learning from home, and that is remote learning. She doesn't need to go to the school to earn her diploma. She learned, she finished 1 year, she finished 1.5 years of studying basically by staying home. All right. And communication and information, there was a rapid shift in virtual consumption. Pre-pandemic, there was an average all over the world. In 2013, people spent about 200 million minutes in Zoom annually. But during the pandemic, especially in 2020, ladies and gentlemen, there was 3.3 trillion minutes. All right, can you imagine the consumption in terms of using of Facebook and using of Zoom, and people engaging via Zoom, people conducting their meetings, people conducting their talks, their training and everything via Zoom? There was about 3.3 trillion minutes spent, all right, in virtual consumption. In terms of virtual consumption, of course, one of the businesses that actually boomed, that's actually increased during the pandemic, is the delivery and logistics business. There was an increase in online deliveries. Online food delivery revenue pre-pandemic, there was $91 billion global industry. Ladies and gentlemen, it almost doubled during the pandemic, because most of the time, like me, I've experienced, especially during the pandemic lockdown and during a lot of restrictions here in the Philippines, I just place my order online and they just deliver it here in my place. I don't need to go to the restaurant anymore. I don't need to go to drive-through anymore. They just, deliver our food here. And basically that is because of the effective delivery and logistic systems of these restaurants, all right, or their third-party courier services. There was an increase, of course, of shopping and consumption, surge in e-commerce, larger basket, reduced shopping frequency, and increase in e-commerce revenue. There was a change in our lifestyle. Our office became our, our home actually became our office. There was a surge in online consumption, and of course, all family members are nesting at home. Home becomes the new coffee shop, the new restaurant, and home became a new entertainment center. That is how this pandemic actually changed us. All right. And I've experienced, of course, working at home, setting up my studio here in my place, buying all this lighting, table, computer chair and everything, computer table, for me to be able to set up this office in my home, in my place, because you know we started working from home, especially during the onset of COVID-19, where people are so much afraid because of the anxiety brought by the fear of the unknown. We did not know so much anything about COVID last 2019. All right, we hadn't a lot of we haven't gotten enough information how to deal with that, and so a lot of people just stayed home in the fear that when they go out they'll get exposed and everything. So there was a shift from working from the office to really working at home. Play and entertainment, the preference in digital space, power to control. We know for a fact that there was a lot of platforms aside from Netflix that really came out, especially, for example, this Disney Plus. What Netflix achieved for the last 7 years, Disney Plus during the pandemic, they did it in 5 months. All right, because of course, when you're staying home, you want to be entertained, you get bored, and a lot of people actually gained weight because they're always hungry apparently when they're home, but the truth is they are just bored. All right, and a lot of people became conscious in terms of their health well-being, and of course they focus on health and hygiene. Monthly year-over-year growth of organic produce in US increased by 10 times in March compared with January and February 2021. Now, why we are telling you these things? Because we want to show you there was a great change in terms of the behavior of a lot of people all over the world. There was a great change on how businesses, conduct their operations all over the world because of this pandemic. There was a big change in how people, businesses, industries adapted to this digital acceleration, to this digital transformation. And if we want to, be a part of what's going to happen in the future, if we want to take this if you want to make this opportunity, if you want to convert what's happening to a great opportunity, then we might as well be able to also adapt to this changing landscape, how people are behaving, how the industries all over the world are changing and adapting to this new kind of doing business. Again, because this pandemic accelerated everything, especially in terms of technology. All right. So now, ladies and gentlemen, you will see that there is a great transformation in terms digitally speaking. And of course, a lot of businesses, a lot of people, they adapted, all right, to this kind of environment, to this kind of change. And there was a digital acceleration that happened. We have to become a part of this transformation, because if we do not adapt, if we do not transform, if we do not modify the way we conduct business that will suit what is happening, then we will become obsolete. We will just wake up one day to a world that no longer exists, and we don't want that to happen. So that's why we in the company, we've researched a lot, we've gathered a lot of our data in terms of our IT, in terms of our infrastructure. We've studied a lot on how we can maximize, ladies and gentlemen, this kind of changes that are happening all over the world. And if you can see, all right, the different economies that this transformation, that this adaptation, that this acceleration has created. There was different economies that have been created, especially with the development and advancement of different platforms, especially the social network, especially this, social network platforms that we've been using. There was a great, different, brand new kinds of economies that were created. Number one, the attention economy. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a kind of economy that is created simply because these platforms, these social media, social network platforms are able to catch the attention of their viewers or their users. Because, ladies and gentlemen, if Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, a lot of things Snapchat can take or can catch our attention, ladies and gentlemen. It can create revenue, because if they can catch the attention of their users, they can catch the attention of their viewers, then they can advertise some things, a lot of products for you as potential buyers. And nowadays, a lot of people are competing. Simply, they want to get the attention of their users. Simply, they want to catch the attention of, their viewers. And this is called attention economy. This is what you see mostly. If you're a Facebook user, you can mostly see this, that a lot of advertising, a lot of individuals, a lot of businesses are catching your attention. Whether it's about information, whether it's about something new, whether it's about entertaining, their goal is to catch your attention, because if they are able to catch their attention, you will have probable engagement with them. And when there is engagement, guess what? Sales follow after that. So there is an economy being created simply because of this attention. Another economy that is being created is what we call the creator economy. The kind of content, all right, that is being posted in these social media platforms. All right. So that's why there is a new branding of these people who are able to create a really good content. They are called content creators. They are, are able to create contents that are entertaining, informative, or simply can catch your attention and everything. And there's a great economy. There is a big economy being created simply because their viewers, their users are very interested in their creation, in their content. All right, like me, for example, I always like some posts or some what I call this content that is engaged in marketing, that it's engaged in nature. I always I always read some posts, some information about marketing, because that is my line of business, that is my line of work. So, in terms of creation, in terms of content, there's a lot of good creators out there that can actually catch the attention of the users, and that can actually catch the attention of their viewers. But more importantly, ladies and gentlemen, a very unique economy has been created by all these things, by what we call a data economy. This is a billion-dollar economy. That is why there is what we call data mining of some platforms, some social media networks, social media platforms, because they are collecting data from their users, and this is surely they are able to collect the data, and then they sell it to different third parties, so for advertising. And this data is very, very important. Data nowadays, ladies and gentlemen, is power. This is power. That's why Facebook, ladies and gentlemen, is so powerful, because they are able to gather a lot of data from their users, and they are able to share this data to third-party applications or apps, third parties, and they're able to sell it, so that these third parties can be able to target the right market, the right customer, the right user, simply because of the data that was collected by Facebook. And ladies and gentlemen, how powerful is this data? Probably you've heard this, like a couple of days ago. The founder of Facebook, Mr. Mark Zuckerberg, has lost about 29 billion in his worth, simply because Facebook plummeted. Because number one, a lot of people, a lot of users dropped Facebook and they switched to TikTok. So in other words, a lot of people left Facebook and they switched to TikTok. That in itself, because people are switching, from Facebook to TikTok, the market capitalization of Facebook actually dropped by 26%, which is equivalent to 290 billion. And that cost Mr. Zuckerberg $20 billion in his pocket. Another thing why Facebook plummeted, simply because Apple, our smartphone, Apple as a company, all right, restricted, all right. They have what we call the application tracking, transparency, ATT. If you're an Apple user, an iOS user, if you're an iPhone user, when you are trying to open an application, there is now a pop-up, all right, that needs your permission if you want to cross applications, if you want to use different applications. Because the truth is, when you use different applications, guess what? Facebook shares your data, what they know about you, what's your habit, what are your likes and dislikes, what the articles you read, what's your demographic and everything. They share this data to different third-party apps and they make money from it. Now, Apple restricted that already. They have restricted the ability of Facebook to be able to share our data to different people because this data is actually revenue and money for Facebook. So that's how data is very, very powerful. And guess what? AIM Global for 16 years now, we have our own data. We know how our distributors behave in terms of conducting their businesses. We know how many distributors have signed up for a single head, and then after so many weeks, how many weeks they would add account to become 3 accounts, 7 accounts, at 15 accounts. We have that kind of data. We have the data where, you know, how much money a distributor make during his 3rd month, 4th month, 5th month, or 1 year. We have the data that shows, you know, what's the behavior of newcomer, the newly signed up people. How many, in our statistics, in our data, how many people actually sign up for 15 heads right away versus how many people signs up for 3 heads on the onset and initially they just add account in the process. We know how many of those people become successful and not. We have the data of attrition, retention. We have the data how much our leaders are making after 10 years, 5 years, 16 years, everything. And we base our direction, we base, ladies and gentlemen, our decision by referring to this database because that is our history. Because that is what we call our track record. So what I want you to understand is we did not simply come up with this 3.0 thing. It is actually everything that you will see from me for the next few minutes are all based and backed up by what our data is showing us. And this data, ladies and gentlemen, again, is very valuable for us because it shows the behavior of our leaders in terms of how they are conducting their businesses, how much they're making, what product do they, you know, is their favorite, what, you know, product is the biggest or saleable, most saleable product, what is the slow-moving product. For example, in Abuja, what is, you know, the best-selling product after C24/7? Let's say in Uyo, we know how much products we are moving there, where it's Restore Life, Colidurs, or wherever. We all have this data. I mean, what's your favorite product, all right? Which moves faster in Nigeria? Is it the packages or the individual products? We all have this data all over the world in terms of our operation. And it is where we base our innovation, our project, our program, and our plan. And ladies and gentlemen, bottom line, again, this 3.0 that you will be you know, experiencing, that we will be launching very soon, are all backed up by data. That's why you can be assured that we are doing the right decision because we are backed up by statistics, we are backed up by numbers, we are backed up by solid data. All right? So now, ladies and gentlemen, the transformation and the next wave of economy designers start now. And this is the Ed Plan 3.0. We will now call this the economy designer. We shall be able to design your income, design your future, design your life, design your lifestyle, and ultimately design your network. All right? So again, why is it 3.0? It's a notch higher than the 2.0. It's way better. It's faster. It's technology-based. All right? It is data-driven. All right, this Economy Designer 3.0, ladies and gentlemen, are all backed up by numbers, statistics, and data. So it is data-driven. Of course, it is tech-driven because, again, these are all based from our information technology department. And we have collected this data on how our distributors are conducting their business, what's their behavior from the top leaders down to the new signups. All right. We have also considered, of course, the market behavior. This innovation, this technology, this new platform, this new plan, the 3.0, is driven by how the market is behaving, because we have to innovate and we have to adjust to how the market is behaving, especially during the start, or especially in the start of this pandemic. This is science-driven. This is not something like Dr. Ed, Sir John, and Doc Connie just, thought of. This is science-driven. It is not something that is based on mood, that is based on feelings, that one day Dr. Ed just woke up, I just feel like launching something new. It's never done that way. This is done based on science. This plan, ladies and gentlemen, also will create a lot of new achievers. That's why this is recognition driven. We shall be recognizing different positions, different achievements in this new program, in this new plan that we have never recognized, that we have never given in the Ed Plan 2.0. So we will have a different recognition for this 3.0. This is attention economy driven, which means we will be able to catch a lot of attention of a lot of people out there that previously they don't want to look into our plan. But this time, I'm telling you, you're going to create a different economy. You're going to create a different attention. I mean, you're going to create a different brand to be able to get other people's attention. And of course, this will surely create a lot of new leaders, especially there in Nigeria. This is leadership creation driven. This is the new plan. This is the Economy Designer Plan 3.0. Are you excited? Ladies and gentlemen, can I see some, what I call this, some, some comments here. Good day, everyone. Woo, recognition driven. All right. Wow, powerful. Data is powerful. I like your comments. Powerful, powerful, amazing, interesting. Congratulations. All right. So keep commenting, especially if you're excited to this new plan. All right. Sunday said, I'm excited. Well, Namdi is here. Hi, Namdi. Super, super excited. He's saying, hi, our HOF. Diane, powerful. Daniel was saying powerful. Everyone. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to discuss with you what are the few advantages of this Ed Plan 3.0. Right now, there in Nigeria, you are in the transition period. Because in the next few days, like it's February 4 today, another 4 days, we shall be implementing the 3.0 there. So you, the leaders, should be able to really understand the advantages of Ed Plan 3.0 and be able to really cascade this, pass this to your downlines as well. So these are the few advantages of Ed Plan 3.0. Of course, number one, okay, the idea, ladies and gentlemen, so that although I will discuss more about what I'm saying now, I'll discuss this further later. The idea about this 3.0 is that in our data, we have seen that, excuse me, we have seen that especially the new distributors, the ones who are out there really working and, who are bringing in the sales. Because remember, those people who are starting, those people below, if I may just categorize it, there are people below, mid-level, and the leaders up there. Those who are just newly signed up people, those who have joined us, the new distributors, of course, they're working hard to build their business and everything. And they're actually bringing in the sales because there are more people down below there in numbers. But we have found out in our data, what we have found out is that these beginners or even you as leaders, even if you sign up 1 head, 3 heads, or 7 heads, in our existing plan right now, the Ed Plan 2.0 with the 49,999 Naira package, you get about how much? 7,000 Naira direct referral bonus. You sign up one person, they buy the package, 49,999, you get 7,000 Naira. Guess what? When you sign up, someone who will buy the 3 heads, how much direct referral you will get? It's the same 7,000. And if you sign up 7 heads, guess what? 7 accounts, you get the same direct referral bonus. And if you sign up 15 accounts, you get the same direct referral bonus. So the message here is simple. The data is simple. Whether the new distributor signs up, a single head, 3 heads, 7 heads, 15 heads, they all get the same 7,000 Naira. Same effort, but different result. The same amount of explanation, same effort, same excitement, but whether it's 1 sign up, 1 head sign up, or 15 heads sign up, you get the same direct referral bonus. So we were thinking based on data, what if we come up with a package that will give our distributors bigger direct referral bonus? Because we believe that if the new distributors are empowered, they are making money, they are happy, they will stay in the business. If they are happy, they will keep continuing doing the business. They have money for operations. They have money to spend to build their business. Guess what? Their uplines will be happy. The mid-level leaders will be happy. And so the top uplines will be happy. So the logic is simple. If the leaders below, if the downlines below are happy, the middle people are happy, the uplines are happy, everybody happy, and therefore people will stay in the business because even if they're new ones, even if they're just starting the business, they don't need to grow their left and right to make binary income. Just by signing up new people without their left and right, they are able to make money already. Because you understand in the binary program, you still have to build your left and right group before you make big binary income. But what if, especially those who are beginning, especially those who are just starting, what if we reward them based on their signups? While they are building their left and right group, while they are growing their left and right group, guess what? Just by signing up people, they make enough money as direct referral bonus, then they have money to spend. All right, they have money to spend in their business. They have money to spend so that they can last doing the business. You know what I'm saying? They can survive the business. And if we do that, if we are able to empower the new ones, guess what? The uplines will be empowered as well. So that is the direction of this 3.0 program, is rewarding those people who have sign-ups, bigger direct referral with bigger direct referral bonus, so that they will be able to, stay in the business. They have the staying power because they have the money to do the business in the first place. So the number one advantage of this Ed Plan 3.0 is that we will come up with product packages with big direct referral bonus, with big DRB. So here are the following packages of our 3.0 Ed 3.0 Economy Designer 3.0. Number 1, we shall have what we call the Entryverse package. This Entryverse package is about 79,900 Naira, but the direct referral bonus is 20,000 Naira. Your existing package there now is almost 50,000 Naira, and the direct referral is 7,000. All right, am I right, Christian? 7,000 or 5,000? Let me check.
Sir.
Huh?
I'm sorry, sir.
The direct referral bonus right now for the 50,000 is?
50,000 is 5,000 Naira.
5,000, I'm sorry, 5,000 Naira. The 7,000 is the match sales bonus, by the way, and it goes down to 6,500 after 300 pairs. So your direct referral bonus for your existing package now, 49,999. Your direct referral there is 5,000 Naira. You sign up 3 heads, you get the same 5,000 Naira. You sign up 7 heads, you get the same 5,000 Naira. You sign up 15 heads, you get the same amount, 5,000 Naira. This time, we shall have a package that if you sign up a person and buys this Entryverse, 80,000, almost 80,000 Naira, you get 20,000 direct referral bonus. All right? And the binary points is the same. It's 700. Stair step and UPP shall be 3,000 naira. Okay? Next is what we call the Digiverse package. The Digiverse package is about 129,990 naira. And your direct referral bonus is 30,000 naira. All right, if you sign up a person who will buy the Neoverse, you get 129. That's about 129,000 naira. You get 30,000 direct referral bonus. Now, this is a new feature of this EdPlan 3.0. For the Neoverse, all right, the Neoverse will look like this. There will be one account, all right, is equivalent to one account, but it shall have another additional 2 PPS. All right? PPS means performance privilege slots. So this Neoverse is actually equivalent to 3 heads. All right? One account plus 2 PPS. The only difference is this PPS. These performance privilege slots will actually appear in your structure once you sign up to additional EdPlan 3.0 packages. I shall repeat. PPS shall appear as soon as 2 new signups are encoded. That 2 new signups are supposed to be EdPlan 3.0 packages. I shall repeat, all right? When you buy the Neoverse, all right? When you buy the Neoverse, you automatically get one account. You have 2 pending accounts we call PPS, but for these 2 new PPS to show up, you need to sign up to, all right, 2 new EdPlan 3.0 packages. As soon as you sign up these 2 new EdPlan 3.0 packages, the PPS will appear. I will talk about that more later for you to get the real picture. This is equivalent to 700 binary points and UPP points and SS or stair-step points of 5,000. Now, what I want you to understand is this. When this PPS appears, there is no internal pairing for this PPS. There is no internal pairing. They are 3 heads, but there is no internal pairing for the PPS. Because, you know, instead of giving out the pairing for the PPS, we rewarded and put that commission to the direct referral bonus instead, because we want the sponsor who made the effort of explaining to be rewarded with bigger direct referral bonus instead of the internal pairing that is supposed to be for the new sign-up. The leaders will understand this because I believe every one of you here are leaders who can understand, will be able to understand what I'm saying. All right? So Neoverse, ladies and gentlemen, is 120,000, 29,990 with 30,000 direct referral bonus. All right, this is equivalent to 3 heads, 1 account plus 2 PPS. The PPS will appear as soon as 2 new signups are encoded. Now, let's go to the bigger package. We call the Technoverse package. The Technoverse package is 259,990 and the direct referral bonus is 50,000 naira. All right, this is equivalent, ladies and gentlemen, to 1 account plus 6 PPS. So technically, this is 7 accounts. Again, the PPS will appear as soon as there are 2 new signups. If there is only 1, the PPS will not appear yet. It has to wait for the other one. There should be 2 new signups of EdPlan 3.0 for the PPS to appear. Now, you will ask me, sir, what about if the 2 new signups are the old package, the EdPlan 2.0 package, which means the 50,000 naira, the 49,999 naira. If you sign up All right, 49,990. If you sign up to 49,990, the PPS will not show up yet. The system has to see that two new signups are Ed Plan 3.0 packages, and there must be two. Okay? The only way for the PPS to appear is sign up of two new Ed Plan 3.0 packages. The old package, the 49,990, is not included. So this is equivalent to 2,100 points, binary points, which will flow to the upline. But in terms of this PPS and 7 heads, there will be no internal pairing within. So it's like saying that there is no cashback for that person who signed up. Unlike before, if I take the example of the 49,990 and your prospect bought 7 accounts. When your prospect buys the 7 accounts, we tell them that part of your return of investment is the cashback you get from your own purchase. Like 7, the 7 heads for the 49,999 that has direct referral bonus each, and it has internal pairing that we call cashback for that person who signed up. But this time, in the Ed Plan 3.0, there is no cashback for that. Now, you ask me, sir, how about we explain, how are we going to explain this to our prospects now that, they will never have a cashback anyway? Number one, the explanation there is this. They don't know any cashback because, they are new people anyway. How can they know about the cashback that we have previously? All right. Number two, there should be a change in terms of your closing. If previously you were telling your prospect that it's okay to invest this amount of money because part of the money will go back to you in terms of the cashback, this time in EdPlan 3.0, you tell them that the only way they can have a return on investment is, number one, is they sell the products of the packages, the Technoverse packages, for example, or they look for sign-up, because once they have sign-ups, because of the big direct referral bonus, they are able to get already their ROI simply by signing up 3 new people. So the ROI, or return on investment, will never come anymore from the internal package or the internal pairing. This time, the return on investment will come from signing up new people, because with this kind of plan, the direct referral is so big that just by signing up new people, you'll be able to recover your investment already. So that's the new way of doing business. It's not like previously that when you push for the 7 heads, you try to convince them that it's okay, you buy the 7 heads because part of the direct referral bonus will go back to you. There is internal pairing, that's cashback going back to you. This time it's not like that. This time they will have to sign up new people, because simply by signing up new people with big direct referral bonus, they are able to recover their investment already. All right? Anyway, I'll be showing you some skills later, because definitely with this kind of packages, with this kind of plan, all the leaders here, you will have to have a different mindset and a different skill set to be able to maximize this plan. We have to elevate, we have to evolve, we have to, level up, we have to increase, we have to improve our skill set to be able to, really maximize this plan. Next is the Digiverse. This Digiverse is about 499,900. The direct referral bonus alone, ladies and gentlemen, the direct referral bonus alone is an astonishing 100,000 naira. Can you imagine? 100,000 naira as a direct referral bonus. This is equivalent, ladies and gentlemen, to 15 heads. 1 account plus 14 performance privilege slots. But this time it's different. Unlike the previous packages, this time, if the person buys the Digiverse package, they only need to sign up one new sign up of EdPlan 3.0, any package, and automatically all the PPS will already show up. Just one new sign up, EdPlan 3.0, the whole additional 14 PPS shall appear already. Again, this structure has no internal pairing, but the whole package is 4,900 binary points, which shall flow to the upline. So of course, the upline shall make money from these binary points, especially if he puts this new sign up to his, pairing leg, the weak leg we say. This shall flow up. The points, 4,900 points, will flow up to the upline. But for that person who just signed up, there is no internal pairing for this PPS.
All right. It seems the connection, we lost the connection of Sir Jurgen Gonzalez. Will come back later. It happens, when we're doing online presentations, it really happens. But Brother Japs, Sister
I'm
Rod,
here now. Sorry
Oh,
about
okay,
that.
okay. Sir George is here. Hold on.
Sorry again about that. There you go. 999,990 with 150,000 direct referral bonus. All right. Can you imagine if you sign up 3 people buying Megaverse per month? That's 450,000 naira already. All right. And for most people to be able to make that kind of money in our existing system, you have to grow your left and right group to make that kind of money in binary system or pairing bonuses. But this time, just by merely signing up people who can afford the 999,990, you get 150,000 naira as direct referral bonus. This is equivalent to 31 heads in total. 1 plus 30. All right? The PPS shall appear as soon as there is one new sign up encoded of EdPlan 3.0. All right? Only for the Digiverse and Megaverse, you only need one new sign up. For the Neoverse and Technoverse, for the PPS to appear, you need 2 new signups of 3.0 packages. All right? Let me repeat. Technoverse and Digiverse, Neoverse and Technoverse, you need 2 new signups. For Digiverse and Megaverse, you only need 1 new signup. This is 10,500 binary points that will flow up to the upline. Again, same principle, there is no internal pairing for the PPS. These are the mega package. This is the mega package, and these are all the packages that we have in EdPlan 3.0 packages. So some of you might ask, what are the content of the packages? Well, the content of the packages will be our existing products for now there in Nigeria. Whatever products you have, that will be the content of these EdPlan 3.0 packages. But in the next coming months, and hopefully, not months, but month without S, hopefully, we are coming up with these products that we will be putting to these new packages. The Ultra H2, all right? Our Ultra H2 will be part of the EdPlan 3.0 package once we get the documentation for this. And not only that, these products will soon be arriving in Nigeria very, very, very soon. We are now on the way of registration. Actually, these are now under registration. We are now on the process of registration. It's not something that we will have to register. It's already on process of registration. Our vitamin C, which is the C Supreme, creating a lot of sales here in the Philippines and everywhere. The Angel E, all right, especially for women, anti-aging, for your estrogen count and everything. Some of our weight loss products, the Burn Shake, all right, I drink this, the Burn Shake. It's very, very, it's tasty. It's really good for your health. The Burn Iced Tea, the Mate Iced Tea, and of course, And of course, a lot of you guys are waiting for this, the Liben Burn coffee. And all this, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully we get the approval, not in months, but in a month time. All right? And we will be putting this to the Ed Plan 3.0 packages. Not to the existing package anymore, but in the Ed Plan 3.0 package. Are you all excited for this product? Let me see some comments here. Never seen before, says our HOF Namdi. More power. Heidelin. Wow, very exciting. All right. Uzoma said yes. Quite excited. This gentleman saying here. Uche said super excited. Fizola, yes, so excited. Shizoba said wonderful. Juliet Okonkwo, whoa, whoa, whoa. George Lovelin, power. Huh? Christopher said, I'm so excited. Wow, I'm super excited. We're fired up. Yes, these products are coming very, very soon. So watch out. A lot of our products are coming in. Shipments are coming in to serve all your back orders, serve all the food supplements. We will flood Nigeria with a lot of products. That's the marching order of Dr. Ed. All right, so hold your horses. There are some more exciting news. Another thing, this new package, ladies and gentlemen, this new plan compensate the new distributors in their building stage. This is what the data is showing us. This is what we wanted to do, to empower. We want to empower the beginners, the new ones in their building stage, so that they can survive until such time that they become big also in our business, like their upline. Because our data shows sometimes the highest attrition is in the level of the beginners, simply because they cannot survive during their building stage, because they don't make enough money, their DRB or direct referral bonus is small, they can't be able to survive, they always ask money for their uplines for them to conduct their business. The uplines get exhausted, the uplines get stressed, the uplines get frustrated because they have to dole out money to the beginners, because the beginners are not making enough money, because when they sign up 1 head, 3 heads, 7 heads, 15 heads, they get the same direct referral bonus of 5,000 naira. But this time, with this kind of plan, with this kind of packages, if the new ones, the beginners, the new distributors are just working hard, they have the right mindset and skill set, they know how to target the right market, they are able to make big direct referral bonus that in a way that empowers them financially. They have staying power in the business. They have money for their operational day-to-day business. They have money to spend for their survival until such time that they become successful. So when we empower these new distributors, the mid-earner licensing leaders are happy. And of course, the top leaders are happy, and everybody is happy. Once we empower financially the new distributors, ladies and gentlemen, who are really, creating the sales, creating pay-ins, who are excited, once we are able to keep them, once they are, able to survive during their building stage of their network, they'll become big and they will become successful. That's the thrust. That's the direction of this Ed Plan 3.0. Of course, when the new distributor is making money, the retention, when I say retention, them, keep doing the business, them being able to stay, them being able to really survive, them not being able to quit, that means retention. Retention is the opposite of attrition. And the leaders here know what I'm saying about attrition. We have to increase the retention versus attrition, because when the attrition is higher than the retention, you get tired, keep building people, keep looking for people, and sponsoring never ends, and the leaders get tired, you get burned out. So what we wanted to do is to increase the retention by financially empowering those who are starting. And once they are financially empowered because they have money, all right, even it's not so big yet, but they are able to survive, they're able to, they're happy, then the retention is higher. Another thing, this kind of plan opens up to new target market. Probably some of you, when I was showing you the new prices of this package, some of you probably in your mind are resisting about the prices, like, who's gonna buy these packages from me? Who's gonna buy these packages in Nigeria? Well, let me tell you this. This is something that should be offered to a new target market. The new target market that is being opened by this, of course, these 3.0 packages, people who can afford it, people who have businesses, people who are professionals, people who have money, people who have the ability to invest. And they are the ones you should be targeting. We call this, ladies and gentlemen, optimized and focused target marketing. In other words, in our existing package right now, the 49,990, it is focused more on the grassroots. It is focused more on the, what I call this, the mass. There is a lower, the lower, the middle class, and the upper class. And for the longest time, 7-8 years now in Nigeria, we've been focusing always not in the middle class and upper class, but we've been focusing so much on the lower class. There's no problem with it, because the truth is, by statistics, by population, there are a lot of people there. But we are missing some prospects. We are missing a very specific market, and that is the middle class and the upper class, the higher class. People whose mindset is, I don't want to invest in small business like 49,999. They will never be able to believe you that you just invest 40,000 naira here, 49,000 naira. You just invest 50,000 naira and you'll be making what? 2 million naira a year. They will never believe you, because for some people, big money means big investment, especially for business people. So in this regard, these prices are actually targeted, are actually designed for the middle class, the professional, and the higher class, whose belief system is that if they want to have business, they want to have substantial capital to be known as a good business. And that's kind of shift in your mindset right now, ladies and gentlemen. That's a kind of shift in your mindset right now, that if you're not able to really absorb the prices that I have just mentioned here, well, you just have to target the right market for that. And those are the business people, those are your prospects previously who did not believe you because the capital, 50,000 naira, is too small for them. Number two, those prospects previously who are into real estate, probably insurance agents, this kind of prospects, they want big referral bonus once they sign up people. Like in real estate. Real estate agents, they want big sign-up fee. They want big referral commission every time they sell a real estate, a condominium, or a house. Which, of course, if you offer them the 49,000 package right now, that even if they sell 15 packages to one person, they will only have 5,000 naira direct referral. And they don't like that. They want to, if they're able to sell, let's say, 200,000 naira, they want 150, if they are able to sell 2 million or 1 million amount of packages, they want to have, let's say, 150,000 naira as direct referral bonus, which they cannot make in our existing package right now. So I hope you know what I'm saying. This time, it is targeting the elite. It is targeting the rich. It is targeting the business people. It is targeting the right market, whose belief is, if I want to have big business, the capital should be substantial. The capital should be big. So this time, there is a really change in your mindset to be able to really target, focus on the right market. Of course, this is system ready to other platforms. We are coming up with different, divisions in the future. Our top leaders there in Nigeria know this, that it's the project of Dr. Ed to come up with different divisions there in Nigeria, probably food division, real estate division, education division, investment division, and this 3.0 will be system ready for that platforms. We shall have digital monthly promo and digital monthly recognition for this platform. all right, for this program, for this plan, that we don't have in your existing package right now. Like for example, Neoverse package. We shall have a get 3, get 4, get 5 monthly promo. What is this? We will be having a raffle every month. We will be choosing a promo. Let's say for this month, it's get 3 promo. What is get 3 promo? That means if you are able to sign up 3 new prospects who buys the Neoverse, all right, you shall get additional 20,000 cash as incentive for signing up 3 new Neoverse. If you sign up 3 new Technoverse, you get additional 50,000 naira. Let's say this month the promo is get 3 Digiverse, you get additional 120,000 cash for that promo. And for the Megaverse, you get additional 300,000 cash additional incentive for signing up, let's say, 3 Megaverse packages. So these are the promos and incentives that we cannot actually give in your existing package of 49,990, all right, or 49,999 naira. But this time in our EdPlan 3.0 packages, we are able to give you more. All right, so watch out, because as soon as we launch this in February, on February 8th, at the same time, we will be announcing this is a 1-month promo from February 8th during the launching up to March 8th. Let's say the draw, all right, we draw a raffle and the draw comes up with, let's say, get 4 or get 3. We have 1 month to sponsor new 3 people. Depending upon the package, you still get additional cash as incentive. All right, this is quite technical. This last 2 I'm gonna mention is quite technical. Binary points, okay, of EdPlan 3.0 package sign-up shall flow to the PPS. And number 2, PPS placement is customizable. So let me explain first how or what do I mean by the binary points flowing to the PPS. So let's take an example about the Technoverse. The Technoverse, ladies and gentlemen, is equivalent to 7 heads, 1 plus 6 PPS. And as a rule, as a policy, all these PPS will show up only if you sign up 2 new EdPlan 3.0 package. Let's say you have signed up 2 new Neoverses. 1 over here and 1 over there. So as soon as you sign up 2 Neoverse, all these PPS shall appear already. So let me draw that first so that you'll be able to really appreciate what I'm saying. All right. There you go. Okay. Nawala. Mali. Okay, let me what happened here? Clear. Okay. Ayaw. Ayan. Let me close that first. All right. So again, ladies and gentlemen, as soon as this, you sign up 2 new Neo, all these PPS will start to appear. Okay? They will appear. Now, remember this Neo, when you sign up here, that 700 binary points, all right, on the right, that 700 binary points, we pay you out in this account. When we say the binary points will flow to the PPS, this 700 will flow here and here. On the right side, that 700 points in Neo will flow to this PPS and to this PPS. So technically, those points become waiting points for those PPS. So we never deprived you of any points. It shall flow up to the uplines. It shall flow up, sorry, to the PPS. So this is what I call the binary points flowing up to the PPS. Now, when I say, ladies and gentlemen, that, okay, sorry, nawala. All right. When I say, my friends, that it is customizable, okay, clear our drawings first, annotate. All right. When I say it is customizable, this is what I mean. The placement of your PPS can be rearranged by you. You have the privilege to rearrange the structure of the PPS. The default structure in the system is this. That's the default. The system, let's say you buy Technoverse, you sign up 2 new people. This is the default. But you have 3 days to rearrange everything in a way that it can be a structure for 31 heads in the future. So this is how it goes. It is customizable. Within 3 days, you can adjust everything. After 3 days, it's going to be permanent. If you don't adjust it, the default like this will follow. If you want to adjust this, you have the privilege to do so for the next 3 days. So that it can be like this. One of the variations can be like this. It can be like that. Your PPS can be arranged like that. And you have the privilege in the system to do that. So if you arrange it this way, 700 binary points NEO over here, 700 binary points NEO over there, we shall pay you out here. But in the policy about the binary points flowing, remember, the binary points still will flow. It will flow here, it will flow there, it will flow here, and it will flow there. Why you would arrange your structure like this for your downline? Because this kind of structuring is something that you can do so that in the future, you can rearrange this for 31 heads. Remember that. You can arrange this for 31 heads in the future, especially those who understand structuring here. You can arrange this for 31 heads in the future. So what I'm saying is that when you have a downline who cannot afford the Megaverse yet, you can convince them to, let's say, buy the Technoverse and structure it in a way that can be 31 heads also in the future. So those who are experts here already in structuring, you understand what I'm saying. You're not blocking the whole 7 accounts in Technoverse because you're trying to ready and prepare it for 31 heads in the future. I know that some of you understand what I'm saying and you're really crazy about this, that we give you the privilege to structure the PPS, because the truth is we are the only network company to really do this. We are the only network marketing company to ever do this, that we give you the privilege, we provide the system that you can actually structure the placement of your PPS to prepare it for further additional accounts in preparation for 31 heads in the future. I know a lot of our leaders here, especially those who are experts in what you call structuring, are really smiling and grinning all the way up to their ears right now. Am I right, Namdi? HOF Namdi over here. Okay. All right. That means the PPS placement is customizable. And this is the very, very unique thing about this EdPlan 3.0. No need for any NPP or new plan package to be able to really enjoy this EdPlan 3.0. This is gonna be seamless. You are in Ed 2.0 right now, existing plan, EdPlan 2.0. As soon as we launch this in February 8th, all of you can enjoy the privilege of EdPlan 3.0 right away without purchasing the NPP. Do you like that? Let me read some comments. Do you like that? Wow, sir, there's no gainsaying the fact that you people are a blessing to Nigeria. Wow, I like that. Ngozi Azode. Frederick was saying this is structuring, is sweet and lovely. Wow. Opeyemi said, boom. This is revolutionary, as HOF Namdi was saying. Very clear. This is just crazy income generation. Guys, that's why you have to embrace what we are saying, what we are about to launch there. We just have to trust us. You just have to trust Dr. Ed, the same trust that you have given us 6, 7, 8 years ago before we launched there in Nigeria. We are asking you the same thing, to just trust us, because we will explode even bigger there. We will become even bigger there. We will become bolder. We will become even, ladies and gentlemen, bigger and bigger and bigger in the future. Yes. You just have to embrace this plan. No NPP. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in closing, let me just challenge each and every one of you, with all this plan that we are doing, with all this innovation that we are doing, with all this adaptation we are doing, what's holding you back from being at the top in our industry? Is it you don't know what to do? Is it about you know what to do but you don't do it? Or you simply lack the skills? Well, I'm telling you right now, as I've said earlier, this new plan requires you to have a different mindset, requires you to have a different skill set. It's like previously you've been playing, let's say, football in your community, in your small county. Of course, your skill set there, the basic, you need the fundamentals in football skills because you're playing in your county, you're playing in your state. But when you play nationwide, in the national, it's going to be a different skill you will be needing to really, play football. And I guess when you play for the World Cup, again, you should have a different mindset and skill set at the same time. It's the same way with this one. You need to elevate. You need to elevate. And some of the most important skills that you must acquire, this time, it's going to be different in terms of your prospecting. You're going to be targeting the elite ones. You're going to be targeting those business people, those who can afford and everything. Get away from scarcity mentality. Don't tell yourself, oh, who's going to afford these packages? Well, if you tell yourself who's going to afford these packages, you are telling the universe actually that there's not enough people that will sign up to you because of your scarcity mentality. There's not enough people there who can afford their package. So never tell yourself that, who will afford this? Who will buy this from me? No. Tell yourself mindset that, I have a different target market here. This time I'll be able to offer this to these people who have money, people who are, business minded, and everyone. People are looking for substantial amount of money that they can invest in. So it's a new way of targeting. This time, ladies and gentlemen, you'll be able to streamline your market. Of course, this kind of package, especially the Megaverse and Digiverse, are not for the grassroots, are not for the masses, are not for the lower class, are not for the minimum wage earner. These are for, business-minded people. These are for investors. These are for long-term, mindset. Another thing, create an ideal prospect profile. Again, the profile of your prospects here are, the elite, the people who can afford, the business people. All right. Those people that previously did not believe us because our capital, our investment is too small for them. This time, Megaverse alone is 999,000, almost ₦1,000,000. Well, for them, we are talking business. You are talking business. Again, if you offer this, make sure that it's not just about one way, you wanting to make direct referral bonus. It's about offering solutions for them. Offering solution in terms of a good investment, offering solution for another sideline, another income, another stream of income, offering solution like another additional income for them. Make sure that by presenting our business, it is something that you can provide something of value. And that means you are offering solutions to their problems, whether it's health, whether it's about them not being able to look for a proper network or a good network marketing company. You tell them that you are the solution to their problem. That if they're really in love in network marketing, but they cannot find a really stable and a good company, then you tell them that, we have the track record and the experience as a company because we've been successful there in Nigeria for the longest time, for about 8 years now. Make sure that you brand yourself as a solution provider. All right? Not just about you wanting to make direct referral bonus. It's about you offering solutions. Use the power of curiosity marketing instead of attraction marketing. Make them curious. What's this EdPlan 3.0? Don't post everything in your Facebook to tell them, everything. Like what we have discussed here. Don't tell them the details that we have discussed here. Probably, you can You can post in your Facebook or text your friends like, I have something new to offer. This is really, really crazy and this is exciting and wonderful. We call it EdPlan 3.0 or Economy Designer 3.0, where you will have a chance to design your own life. Just DM or PM me, ask me how. People who will read your post, people who will read your text, your message, they will be curious like, what's this 3.0? What's this economy designer? What's this, creating or designing your future? And because of their curiosity, they will call you, they will ask you. Instead of attraction marketing where you brag about your company, you brag about your results, you tell them everything, all right, you divulge all the information 100% and they have no, they have no time or they will never be curious anymore to ask you. So use the power of curiosity marketing. Do not divulge, do not, give the full information. Of course, you have to use all those digital tools and platforms where you can attract this, where you can attract these prospects, where you can, give this kind of curiosity, where you can make them curious about what you're offering. In your presentation, make sure you master the EdPlan 3.0 marketing plan. We're going to launch this come February 8th. I hope before February 8th, you're all familiar already with this plan. Know the advantages and features of each plan, of each package. There is advantage of each one. Probably your prospect will just buy the Neoverse first and then Technoverse in addition. All in all, by policy, all right, all the Christian and some leaders here will tell you, all those leaders here, the existing leaders, you have a chance to add additional account of a maximum of 31 more accounts as long as it is EdPlan 3.0 package. All right? Come February 8th, all right, onwards, you cannot buy more than, for the distributor, for the prospect, they cannot buy more than one, 49,900 already from February 8 onwards. Now we still allow you guys, your prospects, to buy up to 15 heads of the 50,000 Naira package. But come February 8 onwards, new distributors are only allowed to buy one 50,000 package and the rest should be EdPlan 3.0 already. For the existing distributors, if you want to add more accounts than your existing accounts of 15 accounts, you can still have 31 maximum accounts under the 3.0 marketing plan. All right, we shall be coming up with the memo. I think we have already released the memo there 5 days ago, 6 days ago. We shall have different presentations this time because we have different packages. So be familiar with the schedule of the EdPlan 3.0 presentation in our official FB page, in our RCs, because it's going to be like a whole presentation where we will be presenting the Neoverse, Digiverse, Technoverse, and Megaverse. No, there will be specific day for Entryverse only, Neoverse only, Megaverse, Digiverse, and Technoverse only. It's not going to be all in one presentation because that's going to be very confusing for your first timers. So we will have, one presentations per schedule in terms of the packages. It's not all in one, that we will be explaining all these packages all in one at the same time. So there's going to be specific presentation for Megaverse, Digiverse, Technoverse, Neoverse, and Entryverse. So I hope you'll be familiar with that schedule because I'm sure our staff, RCs, our country coordinators, our international trainers will also be informing you about this. So make sure that you are updated. From time to time, you check our official Facebook, official announcement, our memos. It's very important to know the importance of structuring for the EdPlan 3.0 options like what I've shown you earlier. You can make your prospect buy the Technoverse, the 7 heads first, and be able to customize the structuring in a way that it's preparation for future 15 heads and 31 heads. It's like they're just investing first, let's say, in lower packages, but when they come up with the money and probably when they make more money in the future by building their business, they can add more accounts that is in preparation for 31 accounts, the maximum, without blocking the structure so that they can maximize the multiple blades, the multiple pairing in the future. I'm sorry because I'm using probably so much technical terms, but I know that the leaders here understand what I'm saying. Sorry for the beginners that probably don't understand yet what I'm saying here, but don't worry because we have reliable uplines there. They'll be able to really guide you. And I've said this earlier that you should have the right mindset of getting the return on investment. If previously you've been closing, in your closing techniques, you tell your prospect that part of their investment will come back to them by buying 15 heads, 31 heads, simply because of the cashback from their own money. This time, with this kind of plan that we have, the kind of packages that we have, that's not applicable anymore because there's no internal pairing. There's going to be no cashback. But you use the right closing technique. Like if your prospect want to have return on investment, want to have his investment back, they just have to sign up people, 3 to 4 people, because by signing up new people, because the direct referral bonus, since the direct referral bonus is big, they're able to get their money back, their investment back. So that's the correct way of doing the business closing in your closing technique. So there's going to be a small shift, a small tweak in your culture in terms of really closing the deal with your downlines, with your prospects. So the art of enrollment, if you want to build a really large empire, starts with you, starts with your prospect, and then go up to your inner circle before it really becomes a team, and then it becomes a tribe, and then it becomes an empire. So it starts all the way with you. And that is how you really create an empire. That is the art of enrolling people. So you tell your prospect, they start with you first, they start with themselves first, and then with their partner, be able to tap into their inner circle. That creates the team, the tribe, and eventually the empire. And last, my friends, because this is about duplication training, if your first generation by principle duplicates you, your second generation will duplicate your first, and your third will duplicate your second, and on and on and on. Systemize to multiply. If you do that, let me share with you this simple but powerful table. Sorry. So let's say, ladies and gentlemen, the leftmost is the months or level, first month, second month, third month, and everything. By the power of 2 binary business partners, by just sponsoring 2 people per month, all right, in the first month, you will have, you sponsored 2 people left and right. The direct referral bonus, ladies and gentlemen, or the pairing bonus is just 7,000. If you're at 12-12 pairing, that's 24 per day, all right? Okay, you have 7,000 here. Let me just draw. Okay, 7,000 here first month. And then on the second month, your 2 sponsors too, that they become 4. And 7,000 on each side. All right, you get 14,000. On the third month, you have 8 people already, 4 on the left and 4 on the right. By 7,000 per pairing, that's 28,000 already. Same way on your fourth month, 16 people, that means 8 on the left, 8 on the right, 7,000 pairing, that's 56,000 on your fourth month. And so forth and so on. All right? But look at this. On the 9th month, all right, you will be able to already break the 300 pair. When you break the 300 pair, your pairing bonus goes down to 6.5. But remember, your cycle goes up to 36. So on the 9th month, if you are able to maximize, all right, that's 234,000 naira per day. And if you max out, when I say max out, you're able to really have this, 36 pairing per day, 18 on the daytime, 18 on the next cycle, and 6,500 naira per pairing times 36 in 30 days or 1 month, that's going to be 7 million. If you consistently do that, ladies and gentlemen, 10th month, 11th month, 12th month, ladies and gentlemen, 7 million, 7 million, guess what? That's 28 million. We add this 28 million plus this one during your first few months, you have a total income of 28 1,927,000 for one account, my friends. For one account. What if, all right, what if, this is what I'm saying, okay? What if you have a NEO account? NEO account has 3 heads. That's times 3 already. 28 million becomes times 3. What if Techno account or Technoverse? That's 7 accounts. What if DG account? That's 15 accounts. And what if Mega accounts? That's 31. I'm sorry. This is typographical error. This is supposed to be wrong. This is wrong. All right. Sorry about that. This is supposed to be, this one's supposed to be 15. And this one's supposed to be 31, not 15. So can you imagine the multiplier effect? Now, here's the thing. We have big direct referral bonus. Aside from the multiplying effect, additional, what if you sponsor entryverse per month? One entryverse package per month. One entryverse is 20,000 naira. And if you consistently do that for 12 months, that's additional 240,000 naira. But what if you sponsor one Neoverse per month? If you sponsor one Neoverse per month, your direct referral bonus is 30,000. 30,000 every month. Consistently, you just sponsor one person a month. That's equivalent to 360,000 naira additional income aside from your pairing bonus of 28 million annually. What if you sponsor one Technoverse every month? That's 50,000 naira direct referral bonus. You do that every month for 12 months. That's equivalent to 600,000 naira. What if Digiverse? Digiverse is 100,000 naira direct referral bonus. Times 12 months, that's 1.2 million naira. What if Megaverse? We have the highest direct referral bonus in Megaverse. That's 150,000 naira. Consistently do that. Consistently sponsor one Megaverse every month for 12 months. That's 1.8 million. And here's the thing. What if you sponsor more every month and you are able to hit the get 3, get 4, and get 5 promo? This is exciting. It's just a matter of really working hard to be able to really get your goals and make money. Because this is surely money if you really work hard. If you really work hard, this is surely money. All right? This is surely money. Force time. Somebody want to faint hero. This is too massive. Very exciting. Ideni was saying, Aim Global, thank you. Well, thank you for also believing in us. That's very, very important. All right, clear. There. All right. So let me continue, my friends, before I end, before I even end. Clear. Ayaw niyo mag-stop. Ayaw mag-ano. Yan, there. Okay. Finally, my friends, this is my last word. If you're a builder, and if you have a builder's mindset, your mindset should be you must wake up every day thinking how to grow your business. Because on our end here in the management, we are thinking every day how we can help you more, how we can serve you more, how we can make your dreams come true. And in as far as we are concerned, together with the board of directors, we are not going to stop until you guys all become successful there in Nigeria. We are proud of you, what you've done there. You are the biggest. You are the biggest in terms of our operations in 20 countries all over the world. Outside the Philippines, Nigeria is our #1 country in terms of production, in terms of sales, in terms of leadership. And I'm wishing that come May or come March, we will all be visiting you there to conduct some kind of recognition rally. I'd be happy to really be back there again and see some of my friends there, not only as business partners, as only as leaders in Alliance in Motion, but especially those who have been friends with over the last few years. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you now know the big picture of EdPlan 3.0 there in Nigeria. Don't worry, because we will be doing this training from time to time. The top leaders here can have a copy of this. You just have to ask, what do you call this? Uh, Christian and all the leaders here. And again, we are very happy, and we appreciate each and every one of you. So, Christian, take it away from here. Thank you very much, and more power to each and every one of you again. Power.
Okay. Thank you so much, Sir Jurgen Gonzalez, our Vice President for Business Development. Wow, such a wonderful presentation. Thank you so much, Sir George. And I believe a lot of you would want to create building your empire with EdPlan 3.0, right? Yeah, I saw lots of comments from you guys, both here in the Facebook Live and Zoom. Brother Chaps and Sister Russ, are you there? Wow,
Yes,
wow.
sir, here.
A lot of distributors are so excited. A lot of our leaders are now so excited they can't sleep and wait for February 8 to come, because starting February 8, that's the launching of EdPlan 3.0. You guys now can start selling the EdPlan 3.0